By the way, about that yesterday's TV, so I think you have uploaded it once and now it's gone. Okay, I thought I did duplicate uploads. Maybe I will reveal it again. Yeah, I have two. I have two videos with that had the same type or that had the same name. Let me double check. Let me double check. Nice dodging of the job question. I am a business systems analyst and a consultant writing software solutions for medium-sized companies. Yeah. Also, I am working on a project for a mortgage insurance claim filing platform. I'm basically a nerd, man. Don't take on bullies. So are we all. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, if you're on Twitch watching real-time strategy games, or you're watching Magic, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go pick on the person there, like, just so you know, like, the person who is streaming, if they have been doing it a long time, they have a lot of viewers, anything like that, they're probably well adjusted enough to society to not be easily bullied. But then again, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this game on the road. Infi versus Mango or Mongol. Mongol here on Terranistan. I don't know. Should I use the Cantonese saying Mongol instead of Mango? Not a nerd, just a regular man looking out for his family. Yep, that is true as well. About the armor video, it is so much for a 6-minute video, and it is so interesting for Warcraft 3 and Dota players. That's true, right? Like, I made that video because so many people over the years had just been asking me, like, what exactly, like, what is better? And then people were constantly trying to correct me after I did all my research, right? Like, 6% damage reduction is, you know, not the same as 6% more. I'm like, well, think about it this way. If you have 94% damage reduction and then you get an additional 6% damage reduction, is that better, or would you rather have 6% more hit points, right? You're like, wait a second, I would have 100% damage reduction. 100% damage reduction sounds quite good, right? Anyways, it is Warden versus Cryptlord here on the map. Yeah, interacting with Twitch, always a bit fun. So it is Warden versus a Cryptlord first. And, well, we are looking at this go wide strategy coming in from Mango. Mango is going to be able to use a Cryptlord. Oh, are we going to see a detonation of this Blight? And, well, no, the Ziggurat is already down right here. Warden is perhaps going to want to try and make its way over and perhaps try and shut down this Ziggurat while it is still being constructed. However, there are a large number of units out onto the field. More beetles should be summoned. I don't know where all of those beetles are right now. There's some more units right there. More carry-on beetles need to be added as the Warden is going to try and make its way over and cause problems towards this Ziggurat. Once this Ziggurat, oh wow, a blink in order to try and get away. It got surrounded pretty quickly. Tome of Strength being left behind. Shadow Strike, Impale, but you cannot impale and try and surround a Warden with blink, as everyone is just ignoring that Tome of Strength. All right, Tome of Strength being ignored right there. We're looking at the Warden now backing up again. Cryptlord now looking to back away. Yeah, let's focus on the game here during the action. Tricks Factory, we'll talk about it in between the casts or at the end. Cryptlord going to go ahead and engage back once more. Warden now trying to pull back once here, as the Warden is now just dancing back and forth. Let's take a look at this. The Cryptlord is going to go ahead and, well, reposition itself here in just a moment, as the Cryptlord, well, the Cryptlord going to dance back over. So I think what I said, one final thing, I think Ring of Protection +3 is the same thing as a Talisman of Evasion. That's one of the things I think I came across during the video, as we're looking at the Warden now trying to come back down there. So Ring of Protections +3 actually a little bit higher, very strong, as the Warden going to be able to finish off another Ghoul right there, and that's going to be a big loss right there. The Ghoul now taken down once more. Warden does have a Staff of Teleportation, will be able to get out of harm's way and head back home. That Tome of Strength is 25 hit points and health regeneration, something that the Warden, I'm sure, needed. And, well, also the Cryptlord needed. The Cryptlord has to know that that is there. There is acolytes spotting that, but apparently the Cryptlord doesn't want to read. We are looking at a Tree of Life coming across here. Warden, very powerful on the map of Terranistan, able to constantly harass. My daughter was watching me cast. I'm like, wait, you asked me to boil water, and now you're standing right behind me. That seems like a very bad idea. As the Crypt Lord now just dancing back around here once again. Goblin Merchant Shop. Well, Dust of Appearance has been purchased. Ring of Regeneration. That Crypt Lord, it is at level 2, but did not get the upgraded armor to try and reflect back any of that damage here. So far, though, that Tree of Life has taken a little bit of damage. Warden's just wandering around here, and we don't see that. I don't see the mass swarm of beetles that I expect to see when I am looking at a Crypt Lord. This is a bit strange. Normally, the Crypt Lord has low mana, because it is just constantly getting so many beetles. Now finally getting boots of speed, and that Crypt Lord is just playing almost like a pure strength hero, not a summoning based hero at all. Crypt Lord now making its way back off to the more yeah, it's full mana, and the beetles are permanent. Yeah, the beetles do not have timed life. So this does come as a bit of a shock to me. Goblin Shredder down to 411 hit points as the Crypt Lord now backs away. What exactly is the strategy here? That is the question. Why would the Crypt Lord is opening up 29 over 50 supply, gonna go ahead and get an Impale, was trying to get the last hit on that Kobold, but didn't get it, as we see level 3 on that Warden for level 2 Shadow Strike. It is Shadow Strike followed up with Blink. The Crypt Lord will be forced to retreat back, has taken quite a bit of damage, down to 195, but will be able to get back on Blight here in just a moment and heal very, very quickly. All right, that Tome of Strength is better health regeneration and more hit points, but obviously the Crypt Lord does not want that, as the Crypt Lord now making its rounds out, going after the Renegade Wizards here. Gonna go straight after that Rogue Wizard. Forest Troll Shadow Priest should be trying to heal up this Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord taking a little bit of damage. We are looking at Slippers of Agility drop down, as the Warden coming in with Shadow Strikes, going to be able to finish off a number of Acolytes. Staff of Teleportation coming in. New Acolyte there quickly to take its place as the Warden retreats back home. And now, well, perhaps getting a little bit more mana again. We are going into double Ancient of Lores with an Ancient of Wonders coming here, as a Tree of Life will be tanking the Forest Troll High Priest Creep Camp at the expansion now. Forest Troll High Priest, good amount of piercing damage to going towards this heavily armored Tree of Life. Surprisingly, heavily armored Tree of Life means that it still takes full damage, as we see a quick Impale going after that Crypt Lord now. That Forest Troll Shadow Priest now. Forest Troll Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage. Crypt Lord is at level 3. Went for level 2 Impale. Another Shadow Strike going down onto that Crypt Lord, as the Crypt Lord, well, backing away at 500 hit points and dropping relatively fast. All right, beetles are starting to swarm around. Tree of Life down to 331 hit points. We could see a breath of fire across those beetles. Beetles are getting burnt to a crisp, as we are looking at the Tree of Life absorbing a lot of damage. Is it going to get taken down? It looks like it was about to get taken down. However, the Tree of Life, purposely attacking his own friendly units to lose aggro for just a second, was down to about 20 hit points there. Tree of Life still taking a lot of damage here. A lot of healing going across from the Forest Troll High Priest. The Inner Fire making it very difficult for the piercing damage to finish off any of those units, as that Tree of Life now still able to back away. Meanwhile, Warden playing a one-man mission to wreck the days of Acolytes off to the side. And how is Mango handling this? Mango just has, instead of ladies in waiting, Acolytes in waiting. You take down an Acolyte, another Acolyte is already there, ready to take its place. All right, Crypt Lord now making its way back around here. Warden gonna try and get in some extra damage once more. There's another Acolyte already ready to take its place. One Acolyte running around the corner, as this Acolyte will end up getting taken down. That damage over time quite a bit, as this Acolyte finally falls. Damage from Spirit Tower and a Rubian Tower causing quite a bit of problems. Ghoul is gonna try and back away here. That is a lot of damage to be had, as that Ghoul gonna get taken out as well. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Crypt Lord gonna end. Crypt Lord.
The great outdoors.
All right, Crippler is going to be joined alongside with the Death Knight. Panda back out onto the field as the Crippler is still wandering around here. This is a rather strange game, the Crippler, and now we are going into Gargoyles against a Mass Dryad strategy when you know your opponent also has a Panda and also has the Warden for Fan of Knives. A quick retrain could cause a lot of problems as the Gargoyle gets finished off by a lone Dryad off on the other side of the map. So we are going Ghouls and Gargoyles on this map right here. Death Knight sitting at level 2 does have sentry wards. We're looking at similar sized armies as the Ancient of War going to be getting into position. And Mango, well, going to be absorbing or trying to be putting in pressure. However, Infi coming across here with the Night Elf. What is Infi going to be doing? Perhaps trying to dive on in and take down more of these acolytes again. Ancient of War absorbing large amounts of damage. We're looking at, well, there goes that Renegade Wizard taken out, and as the Panda looking to finish off, now sitting at level 3 with a Pure Up of Vitality. All right, Warden may want to consider getting Fan of Knives here. We are looking at a Sacrificial Pit. There is a Shade out on the map, and we'll be able to get into position here. This is a problem going wide with this army. Criplord is also out as well. It is level 2 Impale. And are we perhaps going to be going into, like, Criplord first, into Death Knight, into, wait, a Goblin Alchemist? All right, Alchemist was not the hero that I was expecting here, as we should be looking at Shadow Strike, taking quite a bit of damage. Healing Spray to keep that Death Knight alive and well, and trying to keep things well good. Meanwhile, Circuit of Nobility should be picked up by that Death Knight, as it does need a little bit of hit points and mana. Meanwhile, Warden fighting its way through here. We should be looking at perhaps an Orb of Venom on that Warden in just a little bit. We are taking the Tree of Eternity as another Shadow Strike goes down on that Death Knight. Death Knight Healing Spray. However, I believe the Death Knight actually walked out of range temporarily. That is a lot of units overhead, and I do not believe the Warden wants to try and risk trying to jump on inside there. Death Knight could pick up the Boots of Quel'Thalas, getting in a little bit more armor once again. More healing is going to be needed, as we should be looking at Obsidian Statues. No Obsidian Statues, as no Slaughterhouses on the field. Ghouls are now showing up. Panda going to go ahead. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Things are going to be burned down very quickly. Scroll of Healing trying to counteract, in addition to Healing Spray being used right there. All right, more damage coming through as more damage getting added. There's a quick Impale. Forest Troll Berserker taking a lot of damage as the units are now trying to run back again. And, well, we should be looking at another, well, that Forest Troll Berserker, just one round could easily finish it off, down to 380 or up to 385 hit points after draining those Moonwells. More damage coming across here. Panda trying to retreat back, does not have enough mana, but could easily get some in just a little bit, as we're going to look at an Ancient of Wind getting destroyed here in a matter of seconds. There it goes, taken down, as a couple of ghouls getting boulder bashed by that Ancient Protector. Level 4 on the Warden. Alchemist now retreating back still, as this ghoul is going to have a very bad day. Shadow Strike now onto the Alchemist, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Healing Spray being used once more, as the units are just still fighting their way through. This is still a very different style than I'm seeing most players play, as the Gargoyles are continuing to just put in a lot of pressure, but having to dodge the mass Dryad army is a problem. Getting hit by a Dryad also means that you are exposed to that slow poison, which causes problems of its own. Alchemist now making its way back off to the north here. Alchemist making its way back here. Boots of Quel'Thalas, yeah, better to sell, but at that point, Death Knight didn't visit any shops. He may try and sell that now and free up a couple of other slots in a little bit of time. Well, where is he going to go next? Well, what items being dropped? Picked up Orb of Corruption. Death Knight sell. I don't know what he sold. Was it a Gloves of Haste? Warden now coming back around here as Acolytes, well, trying to wander away. There is invisible Warden right there. No shade to spot that Warden at this point in time, as that Warden is just going to stay in that position and perhaps try and constantly harass still. During this time, Panda sitting at level 4.5. There is a shade keeping track of that Panda, as we're looking still over here to the top right, as the Death Knight and a Goblin Alchemist clearing up this top right-hand side of the map. Level 4 creeps going up against a level 3, level 2. Death Knight looking to clear up some more issues, or clear up and... Sorry, I am off. There's a lot going on behind me right now. Dryads getting into position. Alchemist going to continue to fight here. Gargoyles are ready to try and push and engage. Dryads, are they going to be able to back up? Yes, they will. Orb of Venom on that Brewmaster in order to attack the air. And there is a Book of the Dead, as this is going to cause problems. There in comes the Gargoyles. A quick volley. Breath of Fire taking down a couple of ghouls right there, as the Alchemist could be in trouble. And Infi is just absolutely rolling over Mango at this point right now. Infi having an easy, wonderful time. There's a blink. There's a Shadow Strike. And that's going to be a death of a Gargoyle. Nope. Finding that right Gargoyle with the Death Coil to try and heal. All right, Gargoyle is trying to make its way back over still. As we're looking at another Shadow Strike there, Warden blinking into danger. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. However, I do not believe the Breath of Fire actually reached those Gargoyles, as they're able to back away still. All right, more damage added in here. Dryads continuing to put pressure onto the crypt here. Piercing damage not going to do very much, as all of those stone form Gargoyles are in the back, actually surrounding the Death Knight, trapping that Death Knight in a very large armor of units. Will that Death Knight try and move out here, as we see a 66 supply army going up against 72 as the Dryads finish off this crypt? All right, mass range, mass piercing damage coming in. All right, there comes a Shadow Strike, able to try and pick off Gargoyle after Gargoyle. Death Knight should be able to use a Death Coil with no problem, but we don't see a Slaughterhouse here. This was a triple crypt strategy, but going for mass Gargoyles just not working out all that well. It used to work in the past, but it just has not been really that strong lately. Gargoyles gonna go. Well, there's a roar. We're gonna see an engagement here, trying to go after those units. Dryads, however, quickly abolishing magic right there, turning on abolish magic to greatly reduce the amount of damage. Meanwhile, healing spray keeping up those Dryads as the Gargoyles go down into the ground to try and stay alive temporarily. Dryad after Dryad is falling. Low hit point Dryads constantly able to escape. What's going on there? 21 hit point Dryad able to escape as the Forest Troll Berserker finally taken out. All right, the Warden and, well, Bear, this could be actually a problem. That is a lot of units in the air right now, and the Warden could end up getting taken down. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used. Come easy shots. A low hit point Dryad chasing after the Panda, but the Panda was able to escape at 80 hit points. All right, big losses once more. Trying to focus down those units, not getting the easier kills. The Dryads that were low on hit points would have been another, 4 to 6 supply loss, giving more experience to the Crypt Lord, the Alchemist, and leveling up the Alchemist. All right, Staff of Teleportation coming on in. Alchemist showing up to the party. Gonna go ahead and healing spray. Not getting some of those Gargoyles, though. Trying to healing spray air units is difficult. You have to actually hit the ground underneath them to get the actual damage, as we're seeing a couple of detonations come across there. There goes that Tree of Life. Gargoyles going to make their way through. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. They quickly go into the ground form. That Breath of Fire damage, however, is starting to add back up very, very quickly, as many of them are just blown out of the sky. Other stone form Gargoyles still in Gargoyle form. What is going on here? Mango had a great fight a moment ago, now losing control of his army as his Gargoyles are not joining into the skies. All right, Gargoyle is now going after the remaining of those ground units. Panda out low on mana, does have a potion of mana, could go in for another Drunken Haze Breath of Fire if he uses that potion of mana, which would be absolutely key right there. I believe there's a Drunken Haze, but no Breath of Fire. That would have been a great follow-up, as he is now sitting at level 3. Orb of Venom getting in a lot of damage. Units are trying to chase on all over the place. Still has enough mana still. Are we going to see another Drunken Haze impale onto the Warden? Warden could be in trouble. Warden trying to escape. Staff of Preservation, as the Brewmaster still has mana. And I'm just wondering, there's the Drunken Haze, there's the Breath of Fire, and that could be a bunch of roasted Gargoyles here in just a second. A lot of them extremely low on hit points. 51 supply compared to 64. So many Gargoyles low on hit points. They're trying to stay away from anything that could attack them, as the Brewmaster could easily finish off many of those right there. There goes the Death Knight. Goblin Alchemist now needs to escape Chemical Rage. He will be able to run away very quickly. Brewmaster low on mana, as the Gargoyles come back over to try and shut down that Tree of Life expansion. It is going to get taken down once more. However, Brewmaster was able to finish off a Gargoyle with that Orb of Venom air attack. Come on, attack that archer. There you go. as it looks like, well, the Criplord's just going after the Brewmaster here. Brewmaster getting up a couple of carrion beetles. Brewmaster in a little bit of trouble. There's a roar. Units are going to try and escape again. More damage coming back across. Gargoyles need to go a place and find a place to stone form in order to heal or just get back onto Blight. Criplord, Staff of Teleportation's back up off to the north, as we are looking at the Alchemist getting resurrected in the center portion of the map. All right, was the Death Knight, where was the altar? Was the altar taken out? Oh, altar perhaps was taken out. Alchemist getting separated from the rest of the party. Slow poison as a Dryad gonna get in front, and Mango gonna end up losing this game here. He had a very good fight at one point, but losing that Alchemist again and going up against 2 level 5 heroes, just not going in his favor at all. All right, Infi showing, well, the strength of mass ranged units again for the Night Elf army as Infi takes out Mango. Mango had a couple of good fights, but losing control of his army at one stage. And also the Drunken Haze Breath of Fire really, well, roasting all of those gargoyles and blasting them out of the sky. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.